If you're wondering why I've got my coat on, it's because I'm outside in the garage and it's absolutely freezing. But we've had quite a lot of people asking questions about the digital detectors, especially the Bosch DMF10 Zoom, which is this model here, which I've owned for about 12 months but not really used that much. The only time I do ever use this is for testing a cable to see if it's live. It's not the only means I use. I do always use something else as well, but I do tend to use this for testing a live cable. And when you go anywhere near one, it does bleep like that. But we've had quite a lot of people that have been asking questions about these and whether or not they're worth the money. And I think this one, if I remember rightly, was about £60–70. So I've gone to great lengths here and I've rigged this setup up behind me. I've put a small stud partition wall up and I've run a live cable at the back here. So a live cable runs straight down there, and then I've put a metal pipe running down there, and also we've got the wooden studs. So I'm just going to move the camera in a bit closer now, and then we're going to see if we can detect anything on this wall using this detector. So what we really want to know is it worth the money, is it reliable, and does it work? And to be honest, I do get mixed results with it every time I try it. So we switched it on now and we've pressed that button there, which is the wood button. So now it's set for detecting wood. So in the instructions it says to place the detector onto the wall that you're detecting and then press the zoom button and then slowly move it until it goes a solid red colour, the indicator ring there. So we're looking for that to go a solid red. And it's just gone solid red there. And as you can see, there's nothing at all up there, which isn't very good. So I'll try starting up here. We know there's nothing behind it apart from the wall behind. And there you go, it's saying that there's wood there again. And again, it's saying that there's wood there when obviously there isn't. So for testing wood, for finding a stud in a stud wall, it's not particularly good, and it's not something I'd ever use anymore. So we're going to see now if we can detect metal with it. So I'll put a piece of metal there. I've not made it easy. It's actually probably 75mm behind the plasterboard. So we'll just switch modes now by pressing the metal button. And then we'll scan for the metal. And you can see there that it has actually picked the metal up. So if we zoom into that, we can see that there is a piece of metal there, which it has picked up. And it's also telling us that it's non-magnetic, because the little picture of the horseshoe is crossed out on there. So now I'm going to see if I can detect this live wire. I've actually put a live 1.5mm cable directly at the back of the plasterboard there, and it goes down there virtually in a straight line. It should detect a live wire in any mode, so it should pick it up whether it's in metal detecting mode or wood detecting mode. So I'm just going to place the detector on there and I'm just going to sweep past the wire. And as you can see, it did not pick that wire up. So I'll switch modes, I'll put it on metal mode. And now we have got the flashing indicator to say that there is electricity somewhere around, but it's not actually telling us anything else. And if we go over here where there's no cable at all, that indicator is still there. So we'll try and press the zoom button. and that display there is just coming on randomly now all over the place. It's not actually telling us that there's a cable there. I've actually switched it onto the wood mode now. So I'll press the zoom in there where I know there's no timber. And then when I actually get past the timber and get to the live wire, it's actually said that there's a piece of timber there. So we're now just going to have one last go at detecting this stud. So I've switched it onto wood and I've pressed zoom there where I know there is nothing. Oh, and now it's saying there's wood there and there's nothing there. So there's the stud, we've gone straight past it. When we get to the live wire, it's telling us that there's a stud there, and it's not even flashing to say that there's a live cable there or anything. So I have to say that the test of the DMF10 wasn't very successful. In fact, it was pretty much useless, and now I think it's worth chucking that in the bin, to be honest. It just didn't work at all. But I am a fan of Bosch tools, to be honest, and the drills are usually pretty good and most of the power tools are good. But when they make something like that a lot of people seem to be struggling with, it just lets them down slightly. I know I have tried this in the house, on the stud walls in the house, and I couldn't get it to work there either. So that's why I went to the expense of rigging this little setup up to try it, to give it a fair chance, and it's just not performed at all. So it's not something that I'd be recommending to people.